Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a story time video. I've never done one before, so I don't really know how this is going to go. I'm just going to talk. But it's a story about how I wrecked a car in an empty parking lot. Yeah. And why I'm 16 years old and still don't drive. So let's get started. So I'm 16 and I don't drive. And I have stories on why this, reasons for why I am a terrible driver. So we're just going to start with something not that bad. So it was my 15th birthday party, and we went to this arcade that had go-karts that you ride around, and I drove them all the time, like with no problem. So my 15th birthday party, of course, when something goes wrong, you can only go one way on a track. It's a track. You can't turn if there's no spot to turn. So it only goes right, like you keep turning right. I don't know what happened, but I turned left. So I turned into the wall and you can't reverse. So the guy had to stop everyone's car, walk all the way over to me, pull me out, turn me around, walk all the way back to the station and restart everyone's car. And everyone was looking at me and really, really mad. And they were like, "Seriously, Zoe?" And I was like, I don't know what happened. And my mom got it on video. So that's awesome. So that wasn't that bad. They're go-karts. There's a gas and a brake. Yeah. Next story, it was during the winter. I was also 15, and my mom decided to let me practice driving on on our street, like around in a circle, but there was cars parked on the side of the street and there was snow on the ground. It was like a narrow street as well, and I'm doing pretty good. I drove around a few times. I was like, oh yeah, not too bad. I don't know what happened again. Instead of going left, because the street curved left, I decided to go right. And almost ran over this lady's mailbox. And we went up and over like the snow, so we got stuck in the snow, and we had, my mom had to trade me a spot so she could reverse out of the snow. The lady came out of her house and was like, "What's going on?" My mom was like, "I am so sorry." It was bad. So we didn't drive the rest of the winter after that, with me. So the final story is she decided, it was on Mother's Day. So she decided that that we were going to go driving on a Sunday in an empty school parking lot, this high school parking lot that we live by, and it was an empty parking lot, no cars, no trees, empty, okay? Just remember that I said empty, empty. So, yeah, okay. So, I drive like a drunk grandma because I'm really, really slow, but also not coordinated, so it's bad. So I'm driving, going around in a circle really slowly, probably 10 miles an hour. Again, thought I was doing good, it was just like, oh yeah, this is easy. Somehow I managed to pull out of the parking lot on accident, I didn't turn, and so I ended up going outside of the parking lot, so I had to go back in, because we were on the side street now. So my mom's like, "Okay, turn around and go back inside the parking lot." So I turn around to go back inside the parking lot. I don't know what happened at this point. It happened so fast, and it was such a blur, that it just happened. I don't even remember what caused it, what even went on to make me, I don't know. It just happened. So I turning back into the parking lot like normal, and I guess I sped up really fast or something happened, and I was going straight, straight through the parking lot, and there's those medians that trees, usually little trees, are on. Well, there wasn't a tree, but there's medians in the parking lot. Yeah, up and over the median I went. My mom was like, "Brake, brake, brake, brake," and I was hitting the gas, 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 gas. And so I think I was trying to hit the brake, and I just slammed on the gas. So instead of stopping on the median, I just went ahead and went right over it while my mom was yelling. And then was like, okay, yeah, no, you're not driving. And then I bent the rim on her tire, so she had to go get that fixed, and that was like $300. And then I threw her car out of alignment, so it was like pulling to the left, so she also had to fix that part. Yeah. And she was like, how do you manage to wreck in an empty parking lot where there's nothing to run into? I'm surprised I didn't hit the building at this point. So she doesn't trust me to drive in her car anymore. And then she got a new car after that, like a little bit after that. And so obviously it's her new baby, so she's like, no, not driving that. And my dad doesn't have patience to teach me how to drive. In his car, he would like kill me if I even like got a dent on it or a scratch. So no one, like, after they hear that story, they're like, oh, I'll teach you how to drive. And then my mom tells them the story, and then they get too scared to teach me. And it's like every time I've like tried to drive, something happens, and I'm not even going that fast, and I think I want to like use both feet instead of using one. And then my steering, it's my steering, I don't know, like my turns are really sharp, and it's like they're like jerked, and then I don't know, like it's the steering wheel's sensitive, and I'm just like ugh, and I don't know, I like tense up and get really bad anxiety. And it's like, how do you manage to run over a meat? I don't understand. Like, I was in a freaking empty parking lot. I'll read you guys something. I actually wrote about it because for my writer's workshop class we had to write about a fear or something like that, and so I went on about this, and maybe this will kind of help you understand, maybe. Okay, I have a fear. It's a strange fear. It affects my everyday life. I am deathly afraid. It's called via-ophobia, the fear of driving. I am scared to be behind the wheel. I shake, I panic, and cry. My mom has tried to teach me, and an empty parking lot is even an accident for me. Up and over a median I go. I cannot steer, I cannot focus, I cannot stop thinking how I have control over the whole vehicle and my life. I will not allow someone else to be in the car if I ever do drive. I cannot take someone else's life. I don't want to drive. Most people are excited to drive, not me. I don't want to get on the highway. I don't want to drive in the rain, snow, dark, even normal climate days. I'm going to be 35 having a ride every day to work. I don't want to be in a car accident, the leading cause of death in teens. That's what car accidents. I'd rather die some other way. All I can think about behind the wheel is messing up and ending mine and someone else's life. I don't find it fun. I don't find it enjoyable. When I feel the car moving due to my control, I panic. I can't see myself driving. I don't know what caused the fear. I've never had a traumatic accident happen to me. I don't want that to happen to me. I want to stay safe. A drunk driver can probably drive better than me. 27 people... Wait, what? That's not what that says. I don't know. Okay. I honestly think I'm physically unable to drive. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Even being in the car with another teen driving gives me chills and makes my mind fill with what ifs. I hold on with dear life, pray, and wait for it to be over with, but then again, those teens are better off driving me than I am driving myself. Driving is my biggest fear. No, it's not a fear, it's a phobia. I'd rather anything happen than to drive. I will take the bus to school, have my parents take me to work, anywhere I need to go, as long as I'm safe and alive. I can't be responsible for someone else's life. It scares me so much I cry and refuse. I don't want a car. I want to be safe. Via-ophobia affects my whole life every single day. While kids my age are driving to school, I'm on the bus. I can only work when my parents don't so they can take me. Driving to me is like taking a knife. Oh my god, okay. Driving to me is like taking a knife and stabbing myself and whoever else is with me. I want to get over this fear so I can drive when I have to, but at the same time I don't want to get over the fear because sometimes being scared means I'm keeping myself safe. I don't have a fear of dying, just a fear of dying due to a car accident. I only trust a few people to drive me. I'm scared of driving myself and basically killing myself through something that could have been avoided. So there's that. That was really dramatic because we were talking about fears, and so that made it sound like terrible. But that is the story of me crashing into nothing in an empty parking lot and why I'm 16 years old and still don't drive. I'm working on that. I don't know. Let me know if I'm not the only one. I feel really weird just... yeah. So So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.